Pretty good.
That was pretty good. Okay.
Yours?
It was pretty laid back. Most of my days are pretty laid back. Like I'm in pajamas all day, coaching on the phone. So like a challenge is my phone running dead. Like so, I'm probably gonna end up getting another phone. That way I can
Mm-hmm.
have two phones and I can just talk all day. Yep. So all right,
Cool.
we're going to start with your business plan. Like I said, now I wrote my initial business plan in 2002, and from that same plan spawned my LLC and 11 other companies, and helped me make over $3 million as an entrepreneur. So your business plan is basically going to be like your life source. It's like it's your guide to where your business is going to take you. All right.
Okay.
So the more direct it is, just like how they say you can't hit a target you can't see. So we're
Mm-hmm.
gonna put your targets on paper. That way it can kind of give you momentum, direction, guidance, all that good stuff. Right.
Okay.
All right. Now I use a really simple strategy similar to what we used in the army. Like they call it op order. In business, you call it business plan. All right. And my strategy is five W's, one H. All right, so we're gonna start with the first W, which is gonna be who. All right,
Mm-hmm.
and who in terms as what like who are you as a company? So what's the name of your company? So you'll start with that. So you just put like the name of your company.
Okay.
All right. Then the next who is going, and this is basically your brand identity. So when you hear people talk about brand identity, that
Mm-hmm.
means your company name, and then next your logo, right? So just say if you got an idea for your logo, and I know you're gonna be basically all right. Just say you're gonna have an LLC, and then you'll probably have what they call DBAs, meaning doing business as like your customer service business,
Yeah.
or you could basically, make your customer service business the LLC. So just depending on, what all other things you want under that umbrella, you would name, your main company one or the other. And I'll give you an example. My LLC is actually called All Purpose Entrepreneurs LLC. Now, all purpose meaning I knew I was going to do multiple things at 22. So, entrepreneur is just a general statement. So just say under my LLC, I had multiple cleaning companies, two tire shops, lawn care service, just all these different businesses. So I already knew then that this is kind of umbrella company I want, and these are the doing business as like the babies of that company. So I just say the LLC you text me, you can actually use that as your umbrella company, and then your first DBA, meaning doing business as, could be your customer service company. So you would just say on your who, you could just write, the Harris LLC, and then you'll just say DBA, the customer service business, and put that name since we're going to actually be developing that company.
Do you have to register a DBA?
You don't. Now, what you will do is you would get a business license. And then that way, all right, just say on your business license, they're gonna ask you, and it's real simple. Usually costs about, I know here in South Carolina, like $45. So, all right, just say when you go to register your business to get a license, it'll ask, are you a sole proprietor, meaning just you? Are you a LLC or a limited partnership? All right, you would basically put LLC. So on your business license, it'll say blah 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 Harris LLC DBA customer service business. And then
Okay.
you could take that business license to the bank and then ask, tell them you want to set up a business bank account. And then now on your bank account, sometimes it'll say the LLC, but on your debit card, it might just say the customer service company. So you don't necessarily have to repeat it to people like Harris LLC DBA blah blah blah. You can just say this customer service company. But for
Mm.
technical purposes, they're gonna match it up.
Okay.
Now, do you already have your tax ID number?
No. So that the only thing I have is my LLC.
Okay. Now, your LLC, did it have a tax ID number?
Mm-mm.
All right, because just
They
say when
didn't.
I registered my LLC, I got a tax ID number first, and then use that. So you actually use your social security number.
I haven't needed to use it yet. I got it. I mean, I know I need a tax ID, but
Okay.
I got it. I kind of got it ahead of time. You know what I
Okay,
mean? I wasn't ready, but I knew I would be at some point.
I got you. Now, how that works is, all right, just say your LLC is a separate entity. So, all right, just say your customer service business, it could be sole proprietor, meaning just you as the owner. So you
Hmm.
could use your social security number as your tax ID number, or you can just go to irs.gov and register for a free tax ID number. Like they'll probably send it, I think take like 1 to 3 days.
Hmm.
It's free, like I said, and the link is actually in the business plan course. So you can go there, click on the link, or you just go straight to irs.gov, click on the link, put in your information, and then get your tax ID number.
Yeah, that's the route I'm gonna do. I don't want to use my social. I know how to obtain it. I just haven't done it.
Okay, well you'll get that, then get the license, take the license,
Okay.
go open your bank account because it would basically be in that sequence. Like you couldn't get a bank account without the license, couldn't get a license without a tax ID number unless you're using your social security number.
Okay.
But yeah, so all right, so that's basically like the pretty much that's the formation of the legal part of your company. Tax
Okay.
ID number, business license, business bank account. Now you're official. All right. So, like I said, we covered the first W, which is your company name, your logo, and if you got an idea for a logo, just put notes. As far as bringing it to life, you can use not Canva. Well, Canva has an app where you can kind of create it yourself, or you can use a company called Fiverr. It's just Fiverr, and that's in the course too. And you can get a logo for anywhere from like $5 to $20. So
Okay.
just say now if you know somebody, because I do support small businesses. So if you know somebody personally that does it, we'll say less than $30, $40, then you can also use them too. But if they say, hey, look, $50 to $100, I would just use Fiverr. That way you can get it made, and then you can start putting it on your information.
Okay.
All right. So, all right. So then the next W or the next who is going to be who are you as a person as it relates to your business. All right. So that means like your customer service resume. You want to basically jot down the important things that people need to know in that regard. Meaning, if you've been in customer service 10, 15 years, all right, that's something that you want to put down.
Hmm.
If you took any certification courses for customer service, that's what you need to put down. So anything that highlights your credibility in the customer service industry, you want to put that down because it's going to be part of your identity because technically you are the company that you represent. So your experience, your knowledge, certifications, past jobs, all that is going to be relevant to this particular business. All
So let
right.
me ask you there because it's funny because I just like learned that like that my experience I kind of like learned it on my own a little bit, but
Yeah.
that my experience would speak for itself because I do have all these years of customer service. But how because I don't have reviews yet as a consultant.
Don't worry about that.
Don't worry about that.
Yeah,
Okay.
just say if you was applying for a job, would you say they already know you hadn't done that particular job in most cases, unless you had an
Mhm.
identical job in a different company? But they're not gonna say, well, what's your experience with this job? They're gonna say, what's your previous experience in general, and then they're gonna look at all your different skills and see why you qualify for this particular job. So
Mhm.
in business, it's the same thing. The fact that you got that experience means you got it versus,
Okay.
all right, you're in customer service, but your background is a nurse or your background is manufacturing plant. You see what I'm saying? So it's going to be
Mhm.
relevant for just in general because you
Okay.
actually got experience dealing with customers, interaction, blah, 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 blah.
Okay.
All right. Then the next who is going to be who is your ideal customer. All right. So to say with this business plan we're doing, you're gonna get basically your marketing plan, your advertising plan, operations, financial plan. Like it's all gonna be condensed. So this who is basically your marketing part. So when people say who is your target market, All that means is who is your ideal customer, who's most likely to purchase your services. So whether it's a company with less than 20 employees, it's a company with more than 3 employees, it's a company in a particular industry. So they call that your customer avatar, meaning if you could draw your ideal customer, how would they look?
Mhm.
You see what I'm saying? So whether
Yeah.
it's women-owned businesses, businesses in general, certain industries, certain size of the company, the more detailed you can be, the more once you start targeting people, then you already have an outline because they'll be like, okay, this person is not in my target market because they usually wouldn't purchase customer service consultant, and this person is for whatever reason. And so you would already kind of know because that's the industry you're in.
Mhm.
So I can, give you some clues to it. All right, just say now from my personal experience, all right, just say I can see a need now, and don't confuse need with your average, your actual focus. All right, so I'm gonna give you my biased opinion, meaning, all right, if I was starting a customer service business, who could you convince easier that they need your services? It's probably going to be companies with multiple employees. So we would just say 15 plus employees, because at
Okay.
that point it's pretty much like a corporation, to where customer service really can't make or break them. Meaning you have multiple bad experiences with the customers, then you're going to have several hundreds of complaints filed, and that can affect the financial stability of the company, versus
Mhm.
somebody who just has 1 or 2 employees, and they probably do most of the dealing with the customer. Meaning, of course, the business owner is going to know how important the customer is, and then the other 2 employees, they might not even really interact with the customer. They might just be behind the scenes doing billing, or maybe not even billing. They might be doing some kind of labor work. You see what I'm saying? So
Okay.
I would probably focus on companies 15 plus employees, probably with the HR department, because that means they actually care, like far as human resources, that means that it's going to be two-way street, meaning they're going to be educating the employees, far as like safety hazards, all this videos and stuff you got to watch when you first start with a company. Plus, they're probably going to have a sales team. All right. They're going to need to know about customer service because they're dealing directly with the customer. And then they're probably going to have some kind of management structure. So I would, probably target on the high end clients that actually have a sales force and maybe a human resources department. Now, if you're trying to develop a new market, I would probably focus on probably black owned businesses, just because we get a lot of bad reviews for whatever reason. And
Mhm.
then just say there would be an opportunity to say, all right, this is what customer service training can do for your business. And then I would definitely include, and we'll get into this the next part, I would definitely include even social media communication. Because see, customer service being that, guess what? We're in a digital era. So that means customer service is done online too. All right. So that means they're going to need to know how to communicate with customers, period, online and offline. So that kind of opens it up. Like you can and you can have a lot of different target markets. So you can just jot down all the notes like, okay, well, I'll create a package for web-based companies, because it's going to be a lot of small businesses that are home-based, web-based. You might develop a customer service plan for women-owned business, all right, because they're going to need to interact with probably males and females, all right. In some industries, it's a male-dominated industry. Like you look at construction, you look at probably equipment sales. It's a lot of different industries, so they're going to need to know how to communicate with the opposite sex. You can look at like a customer service type diversity program, because you're going to have uh, business owners that are going to have to deal with different races. They're going to have to deal with different ethnics. They're going to have to deal. All right, we have a really large Spanish community. All right, you're going to have customers that are English speaking having to deal with non-English speaking clients. So they might have to diversify and have a component where they have a bilingual translator or something. You see what I'm saying? So you
Mm-hmm.
basically want to just whichever, and I'm just throwing out ideas. So what whatever focus you want to do far as your business, you identify the bigger clients, the medium clients, and then just say the lower end, which would be more the development stage of, hey, I'm going to create a customer out of this particular demographic of businesses.
Okay.
All right. And like I said, you can come back to that, but those are some notes that'll kind of help you when you start thinking, all right, well, who am I going to target? Because you don't want to just randomly, just say if you're doing social media marketing, if you're posting and it's not speaking to somebody, then it's gonna be
Mm-hmm.
like throwing a penny in the ocean. It's like, who are you talking to? Like, they're not gonna hear it, you're not gonna connect. But if like, if you pay attention to like my social media posts, I actually write them like a blog. My topic subject line, I actually say who it's intended for. That way, if they don't know, now you know. Like, hey, aspiring entrepreneurs, dear writers.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty direct.
Okay.
All right? So, all right, then next you have what. The next W is going to be what. The first what is going to be what products do you want to offer. All right, now you're in the customer service space, so you want to basically have customer service related products, whether it's work, and these would be ideal products. Workshops, seminars. We'll later create a course for you. You can have, and it can be, a content course. It can be a video course. It can be an audio course. All right.
Mm-hmm.
You might have a work. You might create a workbook. All right, and that's content, and it would just basically be a manual that you can sell to any and every because any and every business that because most businesses, any business is gonna have to deal with customers. So just say if they don't have enough staff or the budget to hire you as a consultant, then they might just buy your workbook, and that would be more of a do-it-yourself product.
Hmm.
And then that's a
Okay.
good way of generating passive income because once you create it, guess what? You can sell it over and over. If it's in digital format, you can sell it over and over all night online. The internet doesn't shut down; it's 24 hours. In person, you can hold, like, just say you're speaking at a seminar and the topic is customer service. All right, during the seminar, guess what? You can also pitch your workbook. You would have it on hand to sell in person. So those would be
Okay.
products. Then you have services. Services are going to be more uh, labor connected, meaning what type of customer services are you going to personally provide? And that would be probably like, in person or online consultation, hands-on training sessions where you might go and do a seminar or, some kind of workshop for the actual staff and
Mm-hmm.
management, whatever. So those would be like kind of idea services in your field.
Okay.
All right. The next W would be, well, let's go back to the what. The next what would be, what can your clients expect from your company? All right. What can your clients expect from your company? Meaning like, all right, you want to rely on your experience, so your past experience. All right, what you can expect is uh 40-50% customer retention rate. All right. We all know that the better your customer service, probably the higher your retention rate. I'm pretty sure it's a direct correlation. Like if you look at companies like Chick-fil-A,
Mm-hmm.
excellent customer service. I've never ever heard anyone say anything negative about Chick-fil-A. Guess what? The lines are always full. Whereas I went to Taco Bell a couple of months ago, had a really bad customer service experience. I haven't been back since. Same thing with this local Subway. Uh, I went there, had got a sandwich or whatever. They gave me the wrong sandwich, but by the time they knew, I was at the door. So the owner was like, hey, come back. And I looked at him. I already was kind of having like a bad day. So I looked at him like, yo, first of all, like, how is, you know, basically an outburst like that almost sound like I stole something. Y'all actually
Right.
gave me the wrong sandwich. So I told
Right.
him, I was like, well, the proper way would be, hey, excuse me, sir, we gave you the wrong sandwich. And then since it was your mess up, you need to try to basically make good on the situation. He didn't do that. I haven't been back since.
Mhm.
Actually, to any Subway. I've been going to Jersey Mike and Jimmy John's. So
Right.
so customer service is directly connected to your retention rate, which is you definitely want to highlight that phrase because it's gonna resonate with business owners because they understand retention means retaining clients
Mhm.
means you stay in business. The
Right.
opposite of that means you're on your way out the business. All right. Now, Sam Walton, the founder of Walmart, they actually built their company on what? Customer appreciation,
Mhm.
customer satisfaction. That's why they got greeters. So they go the extra mile to make sure that you understand that customer service is a standard. Just like Chick-fil-A, it's a standard. you know, they spend money on training. Like I would actually not they would say they wouldn't need training, but just say if you one of your targets was the restaurant industry, I would almost model some of my customer service programs for the restaurant industry based
Mhm.
on Chick-fil-A. And it's like no one would disagree with you. Like regardless of the owner's ties and affiliation to their particular franchise, they would be like, yeah, well, we can't argue with that. They have the best customer service. So why wouldn't I want my staff to mimic a successful operation? All right. Okay. So and then the next W will be win. All right. So these are more like this is more of a personal W. Sorry, when do you expect to launch your business? All right. You want to put a date because how it works is a goal without a date is basically just a dream. So it's like,
Okay.
okay, everybody got, hey, I want to do this. I got homeboys 15 years later, they're still talking about, well, yeah, I'm thinking about starting a business or I want to. It never happened. So
Mhm.
you want to have a date to basically have something to work towards to plus, give yourself a timeline as far as the things you need to get in order before your lunch. So when do you expect to be in business?
So you want me to answer now?
No, you can write it down. It's your business. I'm not gonna sway you one way or the other. I would definitely. Now I've had some clients like just say with my writing coaching. I had one client. She was talking about she was gonna write her book in 20. I want to say 2020. I was like, oh no, 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 no. I gave. I was like, no. No, she might. It was like later, like 2019. It was another client that said 2020. However, I don't do the long term dates. Like
Okay.
we live in a fast paced life. We waste a lot of time and energy every day. So you don't need to be doing no 1 and 2 year. I'm gonna start a business then projections. No, you want to start it within 3 months because
Mhm.
it shouldn't even really take that long because it's really just about getting your ducks in a row, which
Mhm.
is pretty easy, and then just deciding to do it. Like, and you don't have to like just say with my business startups, I've probably never. I might have with my restaurant. I did a lunch. Like I, got a DJ out, had a clown, and made a big hoopla about it. But now I just roll out businesses because it's not that. Some people can say it's that serious, and it really depends on your industry. But the important thing is you'll never take step two if you don't take step one. So the important thing is you just want to start. So Nike has the best slogan ever. Just do it. So your date should just reflect, all right, it's going to probably take me this long to get the business license, tax ID number, bank account. And really, I've walked people through in 3 days and they were in business. Next week, they was getting contracts. So don't make it any harder than it is. It's not that hard.
Well, I do have a potential client.
Okay.
Um, So I haven't talked to the person directly yet. I wanted to go through this with you first.
Okay.
Um, but I've been working on some things this weekend. But it's a cigar city, so obviously it's a cigar lounge. It's
Okay.
more of a sports bar,
Got you.
and it's in Atlanta. It's in Sandy Springs. So,
Okay.
anyways, they do have bad customer service. So one of my friends is has a contract there as a chef. He does table 25, so he's lot of contracts around the city.
Got you.
Um, so I've been 3 times and I noticed it, but I was just, I mean, of course I thought of them as an option, but I wasn't moving fast enough. But anyways, they presented this opportunity, or he presented it to me. He put my name out there already.
Got
So
you.
anyways, they were supposed to have a meeting yesterday, so I need to follow up, see what it is. But I guess they wanted me to bring me in, of course, during the job fair
Okay.
because that would make more sense to hire the right people at that time and
I like that.
then
I like
build
that.
from there. Yeah.
I
So
like that.
so that's something else. But anyways, I think I'm close. I just need to get things polished.
Got you.
I think I have some good ideas. So I don't know if we need another session for that, but that's fine as well. But yeah, and I have some games coming as well. But I think just to start off with, if I could help with their hiring there,
Okay.
and from there, I think like a 2 hour training to start off would be suffice.
Okay. I like that. Now, all right. Question to you: What would you call that service?
So I still think it would be customer service
It is, but like just
consultant.
say if you was to come up with a catchy name for it, like I was thinking, all right, and this is this is probably a silly name, but just to give you an idea what I'm thinking,
Hmm.
um, hiring intervention because you're basically intervening or something. You know what I'm saying? Or hiring. I mean, even if you call it hiring consultation, because like you said, it's under the customer service umbrella, but just say you can give it a specific name, which would be similar to like a plan or a package. Like, all right, if I'm
Hmm.
doing your hiring intervention, that means I'm doing like the screening process, something, in that
Hmm.
realm. But all right, you're doing the actual hiring, like far as helping screen out. You might even go as far as doing background checks. I know somebody that does it, and you can get the software to do it yourself. That would probably be a really big service
Okay.
considering that's part of customer service. Like starting off with hiring the right people. You see what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So I mean, either you can come up with like catchy phrases or names, and then it'll include like this, and this, like three different services, or you can just group it like you said under customer service, but you would still end up having to say, well, I'll do this, which is why I say, if you give it a phrase, then it'll kind of be like a plan, and then
Okay.
all right, well, I'll choose that plan because it comes with this, and that, versus customer services is kind of vague because it breaks down into so many
Hmm.
different other components.
That's true.
Yeah.
I agree. Since we're talking about that, I do have some additional services that I would offer. So I'm just throwing it out there. I don't want to detour from what you got planned today. But like the training, because okay, so the customer service training is like the main thing right now, right?
Gotcha.
That's the first idea. But then I think if like the hiring intervention, I think that should be like doesn't necessarily need to be a package right now. But I
Gotcha.
mean that's something I can figure out later. I feel like it should be an add-on service.
Gotcha. Okay.
Um, and then I have some other things like a drop-in visit, secret shopper. Like
Follow up.
I'll
They
have different people go in there, you know.
like that, yeah.
So
And
they'll
that
have
could
to
be
pay
like
for
a
that.
follow up program, like the
Mhm.
because I mean it's part of it, but like I said, it would just be discreet, but you would give them a report back. So
Mhm.
just say now if you were looking at developing plans, sorry, we'll just say customer service plan 1, 2, and 3. All right, so
Okay.
customer service plan 1 could be a more expensive plan, and what they call it is market segmentation. Now I'm going to
Okay.
make it clear for you so you can understand what that means. So when you're developing your packages, you'll have an idea. So all right, the same umbrella company, it's one umbrella company that owns Gap, Banana Republic, and Old Navy. A lot of people don't know that. They're all owned by the same company. But what they did was market segmentation, meaning Old Navy caters to college and low income. And guess what? The prices reflect that. Gap caters to college and middle income. And guess what? The prices reflect that. Banana Republic, which would be like their high ticket clothing, caters to college and rich people, and their prices reflect that. So just say if I had a customer service plan one, all right, just say one was my high ticket package, then I might include, all right, hiring intervention, customer service training, secret shopper, which would be the follow up. And you see what I'm saying? So I would
Mhm.
kind of, they would almost like when you go to a restaurant, it don't just say, hey, look, we sell hamburgers. You got a combo with, all right, fish, fries, and a drink. You got a combo with a hamburger, fries, and a drink. And they're all called different packages, right?
Mhm.
So that's what I was trying to put you in the mind frame of. That way you don't just have one particular price range. You would have options for them to say, all right, well, I'm not really a big company, so I'm gonna choose your third packet. Which might just be, hey, look, you just basically training the managers or the owner. And then just say the bigger package might go from top management all the way down to the employees. But you could set it up however you feel comfortable.
I think that's a good idea.
All right. And
Okay.
then where you at? Sorry, you got your win. Now your where is basically gonna be more when you think of where, think more geographically. Like where are you gonna target your efforts? Meaning, are you just gonna service businesses in Atlanta? Are you gonna do the Southeast? You gonna do the whole Georgia? Are you gonna go nationwide? Are you gonna be global? Now, I usually tell my clients, don't limit yourself to a geographic location because we got the internet. So now, I mean, you don't. How are we talking now? You're in Atlanta. I'm in Columbia. So we're talking virtually. So guess what? If I'm training a staff, technically I can actually train them right from a Zoom session. I can train the managers right from a Zoom session. I can train the owner right from a Zoom session. So,
Okay.
when you think where, think, all right, locally, where do I want to target? Globally, where do I want to target? Nationally, where do I want to target? And then you just kind of, prospect, the clients you want to deal with. But that just opens up the market. Like online is the biggest marketplace. So I would definitely encourage you to just pretty much be global. Even if you started out, with local clients, I would be open to global options.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Then why? Now why is pretty important. Why is kind of like your vision statement and your mission statement. All right. So the first why is, why are you even starting this company in the first place? Like why are you doing it? Eric Thomas, he's famous for saying, all right, once you know your why, then everything else basically falls in place. So he said the two most important days in your life are when you were born and then the day you discover your why. Like now he was talking more on an overall basis, like why am I here? Like what is my purpose in life? But you want
Mhm.
to think more of why am I even starting this particular business? So whether it's passion, now I'll give you my why for me doing business in general. All right. And it's kind of like three F's. Family. All right, you want to spend more time with my family. Financial freedom. I definitely don't want to be a financial slave. So, and then flexibility. With entrepreneurship, I got flexibility. So yours could be that too, or it could be, hey, look, I'm passionate about customer service. It can also be, hey, look, this company is going out of business because their customer service sucks. I actually like it, so I want to help. Just whatever your why is, that's going to
Mhm.
be basically your vision statement, your mission statement.
Okay.
All right. Then the next why is going to be, why should companies hire you? So that's going to be your plead to be hired. Like, why should companies hire you? And I'll give you just say my why in that regard. We'll just all right, just say as a business coach, my why would anyone hire me? Well, first of all, I started 12 businesses, so I probably know more than a aspiring entrepreneur. I've started 12 successful businesses, meaning most of them were six-figure companies. I've made a lot of money in business. I've retained Fortune 500 clients like Best Buy, Office Depot, Food Line, Bilo, PetSmart, Bonefish Grill, Outback, pretty much all the retailers and major restaurant chains. So it would more to me, of course, and it might sound egotistical. I'll be thinking more like, why not? But for for formality purposes, you want to basically have some kind of why on paper. That way, because see, basically, you're gonna have to regurgitate it. All right. And it's called your elevator pitch, meaning you only have 3 minutes of people's time and attention to convince them why they should even listen to you. So when I ask you why should they hire you, just imagine you're in the room or in the elevator with the CEO of a company, and you say, "All right, I'm XYZ company. I have X amount of experiences, which is some of the W's we covered," and you get to your why, and that's well, this is why you should hire me. Like, what would you say? You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
Uh,
Okay.
All right, and then the last component of this is how. All right, how kind of brings it all together. Like, how is kind of like your advertising, marketing, and promotion strategy. So how are you going to present your material basically to the people that are going to hire you? And
Yeah.
it could be a combination of ways. You can create brochures. All right, that would be promotions. Social media marketing, that would of course be marketing. You could, make a short video. That could be advertising. So just how are you going to make, how are you going to create a buzz for yourself? How are you going to make money? Which that it would have to come from either advertising, marketing, or promotions in some sort, or referrals. So basically, how are you going to get the word out? How are you going to be visible to the people that want to hire you? All right, and then once you answer that question, like I said, that's your advertising, marketing, and promotion strategy. So it can be, like I said, social media engagement. It could be brochures. It can be flyers. In which, in the business creation course, I actually gave you some ideas, places to go, like Canva, where you can create your own flyers, brochures, and stuff like that.
Canva has an app.
Yeah, on Canva is put like this. One of my clients put me onto that, and that's been like one of the best tools I've ever used. Cause like I create flyers like almost every day, so it actually saved me thousands and thousands of dollars a year because I used to pay it to graphic designers and web developers. Where
Uh-huh.
now I can just look on my app, I can copy and paste, drag and drop. Like it's real easy. Like it's really user friendly. And the more you use it, the better you get, just like anything else.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
And
right.
like I said, the link is in your notes. So
Well,
you
I'm
can.
downloading the app right now, so
Oh yeah, yeah.
okay.
It's a good tool. All right. Now I'm gonna just kind of open it up to whatever questions you got about business in general. As far as your particular business, like I said, we covered the steps as far as creating it and making it legal. That's
Mm-hmm.
its tax ID number, business license, and then bank account. That's the
Okay.
legal part.
All right. I'll clear those up this week then. At least at 10. I can do that. I should be able to do that tonight.
Okay.
Um, I do have some questions. Let me pull this up real quick.
Okay.
So as far as I know, well, no, I'm just gonna ask you.
Okay.
As far as the training class, I mentioned, like about 2 hours is what I think I want to start off with.
Yeah.
What do you think would be a reasonable price tag for that?
Okay. Good question. Me personally, I would base it on the number of employees. All right, because
Okay.
think about it. That's going to be the number of worksheets you're going to need, like
Hmm.
any literature. That's going to be the number of engagements you're going to have to make. If it's 10 people, you're going to work harder than if it was 2 people. If it's 20 people, you're going to work, a lot harder than if it was 10. So I would probably do them. I would price it in blocks of 5. Sorry, if you got 5 employees, just say 2 hours. Me personally, even with janitorial, I didn't go off the standard square footage quotes. I went based on what I would be comfortable making. So I just say with business coaching, I'm comfortable making between $40 and $150 an hour. Yes, the industry standard is $350, but like just say the customers I deal with probably can afford $350. So I
Yeah.
just say same thing with you. If it's local and you don't have to travel far, all right, 2 hours, would you be comfortable making $50 an hour at 5 people, or would you need to make more? So, just depend on what you're comfortable with. But from there, I would do it in blocks of 5. So 5 people, I might say, all right, it's not going to be too much of a headache. All right. And then, or you can say by the person. You might say, all right, 25 per person. So if it's 5 people, that's 25 times 5. So it'd be $125 for those 2 hours, meaning you make about $62.50 an hour. All right. If it's 10 people, all right, that's 250. Same 2 hours, right? It's just you increase
Mhm.
it by the value, by the number of people. All right. If it's 20 people, then that's 25 times 20, which is what? 450. That's not bad for 2 hours. So if you did it in blocks of 5, and then per like charge per like 25, $25 per person, then that'll probably give you a better measurement.
Okay. I think that's a good idea, both of those. I like that. That's in line with what I had.
See?
Um, what else? I guess what type of okay, so you told me about the marketing tactics I can
All
use,
right, let's
right?
get back to that now. I'm gonna cut you off.
Okay. No, you're fine.
LinkedIn. All right, just say for your particular business, out of all
Mhm.
the social media platforms, LinkedIn is gonna be your number one platform that you want to engage on.
Okay.
And the reason is because guess what? You can see everybody's title. You can see the CFO. You can see the HR manager. So you'll get a higher return on your investment for your time and energy by directly adding those people as friends like that are in key positions, because you can. It's just an inbox. Hey, I got this wonderful customer service business. I was wondering, do y'all have a customer service program? Real simple question. They say yes. Well, how good is it? Do y'all have a high turnover rate as far as customer retention and even employee retention? Those are actually 2 pretty good phrases that you probably want to write down: customer retention and then employee retention. Because some people actually have bad customer service because they got a high turnover. So it's like a new employee is gonna know less about the company, whether they selling T-shirts or hamburgers, than a more seasoned employee. So guess what? Naturally, the customer service is probably gonna be bad. Not because they're bad people; they don't even know the business yet. So if I'm working at McDonald's and I don't know how to put together a combo, I'm probably gonna move slower. In the real world, slow is in the realm of bad customer service. Because if I
Mhm.
want my food hot, but the new guy that's making it is taking forever, by the time I get it, I'm upset. I'm the customer. I'm supposed to be right, right? So I'm upset, and my food is cold. And they say cashier might have messed up my order because she's new. So, but yeah, LinkedIn would be the platform that you want to do the most engagement on. Because just say Facebook, from what I see and analyze, it's more solo entrepreneurs. So they don't have any employees. So, now you can, and I would definitely do this because you do have like, just say small businesses are considered, well, based on the Small Business Administration,
Mhm.
a small business is defined as a company with 50 or less employees. It's either 50 or 100. So I just say solo entrepreneurs, we'll call them mom and pops. They're probably going to have 3 or less employees. However, between mom and pops and small businesses with less than 50 employees, they make up the backbone of our economy. So what does that tell you? that's a bigger demographic of customers to target. So I would definitely create a plan also for mom and pop businesses and solo entrepreneurs, meaning you are the only employee as the owner, self-employed, and just flip the word employed self. So you're the only employee. So you're gonna need to know just as much about customer service as a big company, because guess what? You directly affect whether you keep a customer or not based on how you communicate with them. So if you're the only person doing the engagement and you got bad customer service, good luck on building a business. You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So yeah, so you might do for them. I probably would create
Okay.
virtual workshops where you can just get all these different solo entrepreneurs on one webinar, just like we're doing now, and then you basically train them as you would a group of 5, 10, 15, or 20 employees. But the language is different because they're business owners, but the material pretty much kind of be the same. You'll just stress the importance that, hey, look, yes, you're the business owner, but you're also an employee. That's why it's called self-employed. Employee is in the word. So that means you're
Mhm.
dealing directly with the customer and you need to know how to communicate with them.
Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
hmm But yeah, LinkedIn would be the go-to place. Um,
You were about to say something?
yeah, no, I was thinking, LinkedIn out of all of them, LinkedIn, and then just say on Facebook, it would be business groups because see, just say on your personal page, it's gonna be a mixture of 9 to 5ers in which guess what? They're not hiring customer service companies, and then a blend of entrepreneurs. So to even cut out the fat, just go straight to business groups that where
Mhm.
you're engaging with people that would potentially hire you versus 9 to 5ers. They're not probably gonna like share or respond to any of your posts just because they're 9 to 5ers. They're waiting on you to come to their business. Now, unless they're in HR or a position to actually hire somebody to come in, like a customer service consultant, they would be irrelevant.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I feel like one of the biggest obstacles is going to be convincing a business that they need me. So
I don't
what
think
are
so.
some, you don't think
I don't
so?
think so. And
Okay.
the reason why I would say is, all right, you do your research on the numbers of companies that lose a dramatic percentage of business based on bad customer service. And like I said, Chick-fil-A would be at the other end of the spectrum. They probably don't lose customers. Like the only scare they might have had was when they posted that picture of the owner in some clan outfit. And I don't know if it was real or fake, but other than that, they ain't losing no customers. Not on the pricing, not on customer service. All right. But you got other companies like I said, I just Taco Bell, they lost my business. Subway, even the Waffle House. I had a bad experience earlier this year at the Waffle House. The people just they gave me a dirty cup. All right. Once I identified there was a dirty cup, the lady was like, she tried to rinse it off and scrape it with her hand. I haven't been back to Waffle House since. So when you start talking there, and their language is retention. Their
Mhm.
language is, hey, losing customers. Like when you start talking like that, and you just Google the statistics to back it up. Like these are the numbers of companies that went out of business for bad customer service, bad things, and that's under your company that you offer, then they're gonna get it. Like, and most of them know it. Like customer service is in every business school's literature. Like it's a big deal.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So I lost my thought. I don't know. I was going to ask you something else, but
No,
it's okay.
you good. But
Um,
yeah, I wouldn't worry about that. Now, what would help you bypass like the people that will say that don't see it as important right now? Because you would have, all right, just say they're looking at these expenses that they got or overhead to run their business versus bringing in a consultant, then they would have anything to do with, they don't need it. It's just they probably couldn't afford it right now. So that's why I
Mhm.
would target, uh, companies with 10 plus employees, because they would probably understand a lot easier, because if they don't have an HR department, or if they do, then they already know, hey, look, customer service is a big deal, because
Okay.
they're dealing with all these employees that could potentially, all right, just say you got 10 employees, 10 of them that don't know anything about customer service. So that means it's 10 people that's doing damage to your company. So all right,
Mhm.
it's a saying that all right, just say a customer have a bad experience, they're going to tell 10 people, versus having a good experience, they might tell 1 to 3 people. So if those 10 employees have a bad experience with one person, that's going to be 10 times 10. That's 100 people that know your company customer service sucks. That's going to affect your sales. Well, so I would use like numbers like that. That way they can kind of, because see, the idea is you want to promote the problem, sell the solution. So the
Okay.
problem would be retention and losing customers over customer service issues. All right. And then the solution would be customer service training. Right. So promote the problem, sell the solution.
Okay.
Hmm.
So okay, I think initially when I came up with the idea, I was thinking about, of course, bigger companies, as a lot, I think a lot of people do.
Okay.
But then, as I got, of course, they're going to be harder probably to get to. But then the more I thought about it, I thought like maybe smaller companies, companies that haven't been open that long, like maybe it really doesn't matter, but just smaller companies, because they're going to be easier to get to because they're local.
I would say it like this. I would go out there, all of them. Now, when it
Hmm.
comes to big companies, non franchise companies would be the way to go. Because all right,
Okay.
with franchises, like you said, they got to go to through so many different channels. Like, all right, they might be a local franchise, they got to go through regional and then corporate. Whereas if it's a big independently owned company, meaning they're not, a Fortune 500 company, it's not a franchise, then you can still go after them, because chances are the person that's the CEO actually started the company. So you can walk in there and he will actually make the decision. So you want to basically, like I said, target big companies that are independent, to where you can actually get to the decision maker. That's basically where you want to be at. So with knowing that, it doesn't matter if it's big, medium, or small, as long as it's independent, meaning it's a non-franchise, and you can go in there and actually get a decision from the decision maker.
So is that how you were able to get some of the big companies that you worked with?
Now, see, my strategy was a little different in
Okay.
janitorial. Like, I deal with management firms, and they
Mhm.
bid those contracts at the corporate level. So
Okay.
they were already up there. So just say they would go golfing with the executives in corporate, like down in Florida. And, small talk leads to, hey, look, can you handle 300 contracts? And then see the management companies in turn find local people like me and say, all right, well, can you handle Columbia County, or can you handle this state? You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So I kind of use the middleman to get to the bigger picture. But in
Okay.
your case, like I said, you can actually go straight to the owner and deal with them directly. If it's an
Okay.
independent company, now if it's a franchise, then like I said, they got channels that they got to go through. Like they can't,
Mhm.
hardly make no decisions.
Okay.
Hmm.
All right. Um, I can't think of anything right now.
Okay.
Anything else?
Let's see. Definitely get your email. I didn't mention that, but usually, just say, all right, your name of your company.
Mhm.
If you get the email in that same name, that makes it easier. Business cards are not that expensive. Like, you can get 500 for like $20 from Vistaprint or your local Staples. Um, I tell my clients, you want to treat your business card like a dollar amount. So I just say, if you average, and it's in your course, if you use both sides of the business, card. All right, just say on one side you might advertise your customer service programs. All right,
Mhm.
then on the other side you might advertise your do-it-yourself products. So all right, with all of those different services and programs, it's a dollar amount. So whether you're charging $50 for the workbook, 125 an hour for the services, guess what? That card now is valued at a couple $100. So that means every business card that you hand out has a dollar amount. So that means that's an incentive not to be sitting around with business cards in your hand, in your pocket, or in the container. You want to actually put them in the hands of people, because when they start coming back, so just say you hand out 500 business cards to 500 business owners. All right, whether it's a $50 workbook or 125 an hour training session, it's going to translate into money. So we'll do it at the low end. 50 times 500 is what? That's 25,000. So all right, say you hand out 500, all of them come back and say, "Hey, look, I might not need the consultation, but I want to buy your workbook. That way I can use it to train my own employees." That's 25,000.
Mm.
So that's why I say never run out of business cards. Always give them out, because it's a low investment. $20, 500 cards. Hell, one card pays for itself.
Yeah.
Pays for all 500. So you sell one $50 customer service workbook. Guess what? You just made a $30 profit based on spending $20 for the business card. Too
Okay.
easy. So it's just, you want to get them out.
Okay.
hmm And then of course, just say I would get like a company T-shirt, probably like a company T-shirt, and then maybe a polo shirt. All right, a polo shirt would be more is for when you're doing the training. Then you have your polo shirt, you might have a blazer, whatever, jeans or dress pants. All right, when you're actually in the field promoting, meaning you're going to different businesses, you just throw on your company T-shirt, you know, and then that way, like I said, you're promoting your company, your uniform, and it's company attire.
Okay.
hmm
I'll write
far
that
as
down.
website, you don't really need nothing like I wouldn't spend a lot of money on a website, but I would have either a landing page or a web presence, like a one, two, or three page site where you basically just kind of list your products, list your services, tell about yourself, basically all the information that we just talked about. You'll summarize that. You have your company name, your logo. Of course, you want to have how people can get in contact with you. You want to offer free consultation. I can't stress that enough. A lot of people charge, but it's like you generate leads from people actually calling you. So you want free consultation. Hey, look, and you just say in your advertising, you might say, hey, look, if you just started a business and you got employees, you have no idea of what customer service is, hey, give me a call. Like that would be like a potential flyer. And then that
Mhm.
way it's like, hey, look, give me a call. And then on there you got in all caps free consultation, meaning, hey, it doesn't cost for me to tell you, hey, look, if you got X amount of employees, this is what it's gonna cost. If you need me to do this, and that, because they might, want to create a plan. They might say, hey, look, I want a little services out of your plan one and your plan two. How much would that cost? And then you would have to talk to them so you can assess how much to charge them. So free phone consultation.
Yeah. Okay. I
Uh,
think that's good.
mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, I don't have any other questions. So would you suggest I should set up something with you weekly?
I mean, it really just depends on how you want to develop your business. Like, if you say, well, once I start, then I just want ongoing coaching to help scale it, or if you
Mhm.
feel like, okay, hey, look, just create me, weekly sessions to lead into the business, and then continue from there. Just depend on how you want to flow with your business.
Okay.
Mhm. Now, just say if you probably gonna have more questions, because just say with the plan that you picked up, it actually comes with unlimited text and email. and then 1 hour a week. So it's like, I get a lot done just through text. So just say you got a question tomorrow, hey, you shoot a text, and it's like, hey, and I just send you the answer right away. And then on top of that, just say during the 1 hour consultation each week, with my other clients, we usually work on a major task. So we might be building their actual course. Guess what?
Mm-hmm.
Courses you can sell every day. Like you don't have to wait to go in person to meet with somebody. So just say when I started creating courses, I was kind of confused on what is a course. So I paid
Mm-hmm.
a $3,500 course creation coach. Once I learned what she knew, plus analyzed what I knew and put it to action, I created 10 courses that same week. All the courses I've been making money from. Some of them I was making money before I was even finished with the course. So just say I
Oh.
make anywhere between $60 and $300 a day selling courses. So
Mm-hmm.
that would be one of the things, that we would do in your 1 hour coaching is we'll create your course. If you need, I got clients that send flyers all day and they want me to analyze and say, hey, look, am I optimizing and monetizing this flyer? And then I'll give them my analysis and recommendations. So it has a lot of perks, and it's not expensive. So it's like, you know, ongoing, you would basically create, because it's not my agenda, it's basically your to-do list. So
Okay.
with your 1 hour a week, we can do now business. I usually start everybody off, regardless of if they're new in business or they've been in business for a while, with the business plan, because I understand foundation building. Like you wouldn't just build sidewalls without building the foundation to a house. Like you're gonna build a foundation, then you're gonna build a sidewall. So the business plan is automatically usually the first session. But after that, it's either your to-do list, or if you say, hey, look, I got this major task I want to do based on the services you offer, then that's what we do in the 1 hour coaching. And then in between times, 7 days a week, between 7 a.m. and 11 p.m., you can text or email, hey, look, I'm trying to do this. What do you think? Or how do I do this? It's whatever comes to your head.
So you said you do have, so for the week, for the 1 hour, if I want to do course creation,
Yeah, we
that
we
that
we
I can do that.
literally create your course. Like I send you
Okay.
my course creation course, and then we basically create your course. So, because see, like if you look back at your notes, we basically just did your business plan. So
Mhm.
I'm actually working hands on, plus giving you my thoughts of developing your company. So all the other projects I do the same thing with. So like with your course creation, I actually am like your other brain. Like, all right, do it, like I'll throw out suggestions, like, hey, do it this way. And it's suggestions that I would use for myself.
Would you agree? Do you think that would be my next step?
I would definitely create that, like a content course, just because
Mhm.
you can start selling it even before you got physical customers. You see what I'm
Okay.
saying? And then just
Yeah.
say, once you do your first, whether it's a free session or a paid session, once you do your first customer service training, see, I would advise you to record it, because guess what? Now you have a video course in motion. You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So with your content course, it's just going to be your thoughts put on paper. Hey, this is my workbook. This is my customer service course. All right. The physical um, manifestation of it is you actually training people, and you actually just set up a camera, or you record on your phone, however, and you
Mhm.
capture that moment where you're actually training people how to do customer service. And then guess what? That's a video course. So that's something you can sell to businesses over and over. So you create it one time. So it's residual, just like a book. Create it
Okay.
once, and then you can sell it over and over.
Okay. I
See,
like
everybody
that.
don't know that. Yeah, but it's like a show.
Yeah. So the only thing I have right now is like an outline of what I would do for 2 hours.
Got you.
So like, I mean, just I'm not even gonna say it's real basic. It's probably a little bit more detailed than that.
Got you.
But like, start with an icebreaker game. I have a game planned out.
Okay.
Introducing myself as and my customer service experience.
Got you.
Uh, Kind of show them a process map on customer service. And then have them share stories and Anyways, I have an
Well, we
outline.
would actually basically create that.
Okay.
We would make it into a course.
Okay.
Yeah, we would make it into a course. And then see like what
Okay.
I did, just say in my first few courses before I actually got my own videos, like I would write content and then I would actually use hyperlinks to videos on YouTube. It's free content, hyperlinks like, hey, this is basically what I would have did. And it'll be a hyperlink to explain or to further elaborate on what I was trying to tell them in text.
Mhm.
So we could actually still create your course the same way. And then
Okay.
as you start performing those services, then you basically get the footage, and then now you embed your own hyperlink for your video doing that particular thing. But until then, you can use a hyperlink to a video that you looked at and approved through YouTube.
Okay.
Hmm.
All right. Sounds good.
All right. Well, if you got anything else, please let me know. And if not, like I said, just think, however you want to move forward. And like if you need a list of more services, because I think I might have listed a few, but if you need a list of more services as it pertains to your industry, like just say what I could do for you, that way you
Mhm.
kind of see, all right, well, this week we could work on this, next week this, whatever, whatever. I can send you something either later tonight or first thing tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah, you can send it. That's fine.
Okay.
All right. I'll
All
work
right.
on what
Well,
you
I'm
gave
looking
me.
forward to manifesting this business so you can go out there and save some companies.
All right. Sounds good. I'm excited.
All right. Well, you take it easy.
All right. Bye
All right.
bye.
Bye bye.